Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 54 of Factorio with the C-Block mod. We are still trying to make a new ore production setup, and it is going quite well, I think. I have been spending quite a lot of time on it though, but I still like most of it so far. Of course, we haven't really put everything together, so until we see it working, well, it's up in the air, I guess, if we end up with something we like. But we are now done with this part. All of that wastewater will go in there. All of the mineral sludge will come out here. We need to clean coal filters here between this and the crystallizing. How many of those machines do we need? I guess we just need one because it works quite fast, but let's just find out. 2 machines, okay. Well, that's gonna be more symmetric anyway, so I guess that's good. Are we gonna draw in 2 belts for fuel though? That seems like a waste. If we have 1 belt coming out with resources, we might just have 1 belt coming in with this on the other side to make up for it. But, well, let's decide on that later. First, let's just put down the machines that will do this and connect. Oh well, finish this part of the setup. Also, we are trying to just keep a blueprint of every part here in case we miss something up at some point. So let's do that. This puts charcoal in there. And we do this with 1 furnace. 1 for each, I'm thinking at least. Could try having 1 in the middle, but then we get the same problem with having a emitter. No, wait, this is 2 tiles wide, so that could be in the middle. But this just seems better. Of course we use 5 more stone, but that's not really a problem. So in or output, input, power. Unless we want these to be closer together, but I'm thinking that this next setup is going to be a lot wider than this, so we need to bring the belts in, something like that anyway. Or if we just use 1 belt, something like that. Oh yeah. And the output of this, I guess we're getting the coal in on the fuel in on this side actually, so outputs should be out here. Something like that. Oh, also we need the filter stuff in. No, we don't need that to go any further than there. This can go there instead. So input, output, power. I think I like that. Oh, like that. And we don't really need that. That seems good. And what about the fuel here? I guess we should move this closer to the fuel source just to, well, save that 1 belt or whatever. So we can either do that or something else. Let's just start with this. We will find out after the next part of the build how close we need to go. But yeah, that is still supposed to be the bottom part of the setup and the top part. And again, if we need to bring the fuel past all this, that's fine as well. If we just want one built. But let's go with this for now. We're just gonna steal that. And next. 20 of these, but only one input and one output. That's nice. We get half a yellow belt of output from this. We have the sludge in here, so I'm guessing we're just inputting on the inside. Let's just move this a little bit. So something like this. And I guess this can just be all pipe. And again, we just have 2 pipes for my obsession with symmetry, I guess. We could save a little bit by doing that and still have symmetry, except for this stuff, of course, if we wanted to. We do need to do something with these, of course. Bring them together or whatever. But yeah, that should be fine. And we have enough space here to have a belt plus the fuel input. If we want to do that. And that should be the case up here as well, yeah. Now this is a lot of build just to get a little bit of fuel into both of those. So I think we should really... Well, my obsession with with symmetry would suffer, of course. Could try other ways of fixing that, of course. Like, if we wanted just the fuel to come in up here, we could try only outputting to this side, having all of these outputting back this way and going down there. Going on the inside of this belt. We just suffer a little bit and remove one belt here. I feel like that's such a transgression, though. That hurts. Could roll both of those belts backwards and then just merge them onto a new belt down here. But then we might as well just have 2 fuel inputs. I know this is weird, but I'm really considering just adding this extra belt just for the symmetry. We're not really in a... Well, we're not really poor and need all the resources and saving all the resources we can anymore, I feel. So I think this is okay to waste a little bit. Or am I wrong? We need more power poles. Something like this. I'm not gonna build everything yet, because we don't know where we want everything to go just yet. But this is the basic setup here. It looks nice, and that's apparently the most important part for me. Would this look nicer? A little bit. And it's only stone, so why not? Sorry if you do not share my obsession, but yeah, this is how it is now. And this should match up with the bottom part of all of the stuff. Yep, and the top part, yeah. So far I like this a lot more than whatever we have done up here, where we wasted a lot of space. Of course, this is gonna be almost, well, probably 50% longer, but it's gonna produce 4 times as much. And it's only 50% taller or something like that. Probably less. I like it. We are a little bit wasteful, but I'm fine with that. As long as everything is nice and pretty. So I guess that's it. So I guess it's time to just start building. And we can tear all this down because we have the blueprints. Let's start with this part. Should really have planned a lot of this just with ghost images instead of putting stuff down. But yeah. Sometimes that just seems like more work until you have to remove everything again. Also, it's easier to see the recipes and stuff with actual buildings. Get everything, please. Come on. So this would be the end of all this. And it just needs to fit below this, as long as we don't have pipes there. Well, we will have pipes, I think. Well, they're none of these are open except for here and here. Well, let's just see. Maybe we should not enable the nanobots right now and then just see how this goes. So that's 16 and we need another 4 for 20. I hope we got good blueprints of everything, but I think we did. I really want the nanobots to be faster, but I guess we get that from science. And again, we shouldn't build all of this. Please stop. Because we might have to move it down 1 tile. So that's 20 machines, yep. And you do have to remove this, my bad. Come on, nanobots, what are you waiting for? I really do not understand, but I guess, well, the mod is probably a little bit old and maybe it's just not supposed to be as fast as it could be because it's early in the game and it would be too powerful. Okay, so we have fuel here. Or the filters, I mean. There's no reason not to put this right up against this there. Yeah, there is, because we need pipes coming in. But we're probably putting those in the right spot on this side. Yeah, we can actually have the pipes all the way in here if we wanted to. So I think we can move this one tile closer. Because we can easily just put the underground pipe there instead. Or there. Also, would this be prettier with just underground pipes? I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. It doesn't matter enough to me. As long as it's symmetrical, I guess, then nothing matters to me. I'm not sure about that. Then we have this. And we do need a little bit of space at the end here. But I think this is enough, and we're not building it anyway. So that goes there. Oops. It's not built just yet. That looks good. Don't need those. Do need that. I think this is good so far, and we're not having trouble with this. So that's good. It's a little bit terrifying that we can't have everything running because or before we get all the way to the end and build everything. Because what if something isn't working and we need one extra tile in between? But let's just trust that we have done everything as good as it should be. Well, for once, let's just do that. This doesn't need to be there. I'm not sure about this one yet. This doesn't need to be there. Get water and stuff in from this side, so that is correct. Did I not take a blueprint of the sulfuric wastewater stuff? I don't think so. But that was also one of the things we were a little bit in, well, something we couldn't really decide on. Because of this as well, I guess. I'm going to do something like that. Pipes there. And there. And yeah, of course, it annoys me a little bit that this is not symmetrical, so we could put pipe there, but let's wait a bit. No, that's... I'm not sure why that doesn't annoy me as much, but maybe it's just because it's stupid and not functional in any way, but I'm not entirely sure about how that works for me. So this needs to come in either of these places. This probably gives us the most space for the clarifier. And this sticks out like a sore thumb. But guess that's just how it is. We could waste one of those. No, then we can't fit it in down here. Then we would have to go one tile wider. And I wouldn't like that. So we're doing that. And putting power in there. I guess we should actually make sure that we're transferring power between setups. Those are connected. This needs to be connected and we can't even get across there. And do that. We need this over here as well. Luckily that can reach. I hadn't really thought about that too much. So this should handle everything with the wastewater, right? This space is a little bit annoying again. But I guess that's just how it is. This would feel even more terrible, I think. So let's not do that. There's no way we could get this closer to the middle, right? And not waste an extra space in this direction, horizontally. No. We could separate these by one tile. It would make it harder to get this stuff under, but that's fine, I guess. But let's not worry about it. I think we're just going with this. It hurts though. So maybe we just leave a little bit extra space before the next setup in case we want to do something else. But in reality, are we ever going to do something else? I don't think so. Also, would this be better if we offset this a little bit, I think. Also, that is not centered. I'm just a little bit confused about my inputs here. Wait, this is not right. Is this off? That doesn't look like it's in. Oh, we're moving everything up because we got closer to this. Okay, that makes sense. So we should not try to align with that, but with the rest over here. But what is up with my purified water then? Oh, everything didn't align, so something like that. This isn't the prettiest in the world. What if we tried to rotate some of this? Just thinking a bit here. Those can just go right next to each other. These are a little bit more troublesome. So that could feed directly there, that could feed directly there, but now it's not symmetrical, as you know, or can see. But if this got down here instead, repeat the blueprint, please. We could just add a pipe there, there, and undergrounds here. And for pretty symmetry, of course, these would go out in both directions to there. And wait, why is this? Again, I'm trying to align with this. That's not how it should go. This should go there. So now this makes a little bit more sense. No, that's not where it goes. Something like that. But then what about this? No, that's cool. It does need to go out there. Why does this not feel correct then? Oh, it is. I'm just confused as always. No, it's not. There's 2 tiles between this. Because this is not here. This comes out below this and we don't have something above that. Okay, it is just me being curious as always. Now, this is obviously a little bit wider, and it's not like we need the space over here. Or all of the space above and below it. And we still need to add the oxygen in. Could also try just building it at the bottom to take up some of this space down here. Maybe this is the part of the setup that is not entirely symmetrical but efficient. We already have this blueprint saved, so let's remove that a little bit. We would have to redesign for this if we actually wanted to be properly efficient, I guess. How about something like that? Should really use the blueprint so I can remember where the output goes. And the input is more important, I guess. This doesn't work because we would have this input right next to a water input. But again, that wouldn't work, so we would have to do something like this. And if this is too ugly, we could do something like that. But where do we get the water in? How to do that? Could go back to that, I guess that's the same width as with the offset. And it's a little bit easier to manage this stuff. So this saves space. Do we want to save space or do we want as much symmetry as possible and just ignore this part? Oh, the troubles of humankind. I am not sure what I would want. Let's just design this full set. Well, we would have trouble here with mixed pipes, so that's not good. can't do that, nor can we do that. We would have to have 2 spaces. So like that. And this can go closer together if we want it. Are they wider than they are tall? Yep. I can't decide on this. Why is this so hard? So with this, we would have sulfuric acid available here. And that is close to where we want it. But it would have to be a little bit offset like that. Because this needs it in the middle. Also, just to there, I guess. And that is not centered, that is. Let's get rid of this. It's just in the way and they get confused by it's offset from this all the time. Thank you. Let's move this down here for now, in case we need it. Well, I have a blueprint of it and, well, a copy of it, so let's just remove that for now. This goes here. And that goes there. Or something like that. It's either that or this gets pushed out. We would probably use those inputs. Have that connect with oxygen there, or there. Is that where oxygen is? Really? No. This is oxygen, right? And wait, what? Used again. The inner one is supposed to be water, purified water. Oh, and this was supposed to be... Why am I suddenly confused about that? Didn't we have this aligned? All of this apparently needs to move out 1 tile. But then it doesn't align with this. Maybe we just need to move it in here and move this out here. And get the oxygen in here. Well, we can figure that out. The question really is if we want to shove all of this out to here instead to realize my symmetry dreams-ish. Just move them 1 more apart to have proper symmetry. We waste, what, 3 tiles in the width on that once. But if we need to move them apart one more, we can't get an oxygen pipe going north, so we would probably use 4 tiles in the width. Wait, what is up with me right now? This is not where it's supposed to be. That's probably why I'm confused. Right? Yep. Or part of it at least. This is where it goes. Now, that's purified water. This goes in there. This is actually a little bit of a problem, because then we can't get this out. So we would need to move this out further. At least 1 tile. So we had some extra space to get the mineral sludge out to here, take over the oxygen's place. We could try rotating all of this and then only using stuff from the bottom. But I don't really like that idea. So I think I like better to move this out further, waste a little bit of space here, and keep my precious symmetry intact for this as well. So like that. Oops. This would then be oxygen, and this would be purified water. Well, let's use underground stuff. And this would be oxygen. Doesn't go all the way up there, right? It's only 2 tiles above this. Yep. This goes away. This is purified water. Yes. In any case, this looks better in my eyes. I'm still a little bit annoyed with this, but it can't be entirely symmetrical anyway. We could use 2 if we moved everything out a little bit. Let's just try that, see how it feels. I guess it's just this that needs to go. I think that is all we need. Let's remove that. Can't do that really. We would have to have them like this, right? Something like that. It looks better, to me at least. I really wish you could mirror these so you had the outputs the opposite way. I think there's some mods that do that where you just have 2 different recipes and they are just switching the outputs around. And some mods might even just do it without extra recipes, I'm not sure. But this is correct, we're getting rid of all of that, yes. I think I like this better. So this needs to come down here and then go out. I don't need that to go on. So like that. And this doesn't reach, that sucks. So I guess we're just doing that for my sake. Okay, let's say that is how we do it. This can go one tile closer. We don't need that pipe. That's all well and good. Transfer power. Good. I feel like we are missing so many things that we need to fix later, but we shall see. That's, I guess, why we're trying to put everything down as ghost images instead of putting it down entirely. This needs to happen here. We do need space for flare stacks here. Unless we do that between or on the other side of this stuff. This is as close as this goes because we can't cross the pipes here. So we need the oxygen both in here and out here. I guess we are transferring that on this side. But then we might as well just leave space for flare stacks. And have that there. We'll figure this out in a bit, I think. Let's go with this idea first. And this needs to be flare stacked. All of it. Oh well, I guess we should use a overflow valve. But if it gets to this point, it should have had the opportunity to get into the purified water production. Where are my flare stacks? There. We can do it here, or we can do it down the side with the space for an overflow. No, we don't need to overflow this. That just needs to go. Something like that. And then I guess we need an overflow for this stuff. If we just put this here, we can squish everything a little bit tighter together. Right? Unless we want to do that, but then the overflow thingy is in the way of stuff if we wanted to move it in. But on this side we will collide with this pipe, which is bad. So I think for now we're doing this. Holy Christ, I'm using a lot of time on this setup. But I'm having fun, so what's the problem? Do we want to do this here, really? And don't we need a lot more than this anyway? If we put an overflow valve at the back end of all of this like we do here, we would need that anyway, because this is, well, it's enough for this, but it was not enough for this setup. Where we had, what, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. And we're gonna have 35 here. So yeah, we need at least 2 flare stacks on each side. So we will put some at the other end. But do we need actually 2 for oxygen? Because we would only be producing 562 minus 135 minus 84-ish. So that's about 480, 350 per second. And yeah, we can't use or get rid of all of that in a flare stack. That sounds to me like we actually need more than 2 flare stacks though. Well, of course, that's divided by 2 rows, so it's only about 175, and I think we found out that we could do 200 per second. Yeah, because it has a crafting speed of 2 and it takes 100 per craft. So this should be able to be handled by 1 flare stack at the other end. This, on the other hand, we are using 200 of that, so we're still producing 550 per second. Divided by 2 is still 225, so more than one of these can handle. So we just need 1 at each end still. Yeah. That sounds about right. Actually, it's not 35. I'm not sure why I've thought about 35 all the time, but it's 38 basically. 37 and a half. So yeah, we do need 2 of these. And that's fine, right? We're just not gonna do oxygen here, so can move this in. There. Yes. That's how it's going to be, at least to start with. This goes there, there, and I guess just here. Seems fine. And then the next part. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.